a snowman until the other kitties knock him down. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made. Walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Oh, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Oh, walking in a winter wonderland.
Twas early Christmas morning as folks began to rise. The people from the village were in for a surprise.
For from the steeple tower there came a silent spell, and thus begins the story of Jonathan and the bell.
Noel, Noel, Jonathan, ring the bell. Noel, Noel, wake up and ring the bell. The folks began to wonder why went to the Joffreys, the villagers to belfry, the villagers to climb. And there they did discover the boy was still in bed. It's time to toll the bell. Now wake up, you sleepy head. Noel, Noel, Jonathan, ring the bell. Noel, Noel, wake up and ring the bell.
I'm sorry for oversleeping. I'm sorry I made you late. When finally I laid my head down, the hour was very late. For on the eve of Christmas, I had one job to do. Delivering Christmas presents to every one of you.
Noel, Noel, Jonathan, ring the bell. Noel, Noel, wake up and ring the bell. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. Ding dong, the fuss is a gift for everyone. And from the steeple tower, the time began to swell. Noel, Noel, and all their hearts grew merry as Jonathan rang the bell. And Jonathan rang the bell. Jonathan, ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Good evening. Thank you for coming tonight. I want to also welcome anyone who might be watching on the live stream with us at home. Not being cold and having cars that won't start is always a good thing. We appreciate your being here. The students have been working very hard, as you can already tell from the first piece that you heard. You can also tell that we have a group of very talented junior high students with us. And it was very tricky to choose soloists because there were so many great ones. But you did hear Jean Morter and Colleen Malone and Levi Olson on the solos on that one. They're a very talented group. They like to talk, but that also makes them very good and outgoing singers. So we're getting used to each other on that. Okay, so we are going to continue on with our concert. I'm going to ask you to please, if you haven't already, silence your devices so that you can enjoy the concert uninterrupted.
She follows them down in her gown of frost. She rushes by trees, and the limbs are tossed, wild like the horses that race through the night. Ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, Christmas Day in the morning. Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships, all three, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? The baby boy and his on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Bethlehem, the fair city, on Christmas Day, Christmas Day in the morning. All the bells on earth shall ring, all the angels sing, hear them sing, glad tidings of great joy they bring, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Now all the souls on earth shall sing, on Christmas Day, Christmas Day in the morning, Christmas Day in the morning, Christmas Day, Christmas Day in the morning, Christmas Day, Christmas Day in the morning.
So usually I play the show choir music live, but we got into the habit of having it recorded, and I said, well, should we do that live tonight then? And they didn't really answer, but I could tell that they probably are like, no. So I got this really, really nice piano, and it's been really awesome. And it's 100% acoustic, which you've been hearing, but it's also 100% electric, so it's just 200% awesome. So I can record directly onto the piano, and I can play songs from the piano. I can record directly to a tablet or to a flash drive. So it's been quite a blessing to have this. Makes things go a lot smoother when I'm recording. Instead of like 6 steps, it's like 2. So we're gonna get a chance to see how it works here.
All the trees that are in the woods are
So this is the show choir. This is our non-auditioned unless it's like a COVID year or something, where they come before school. In our house, we call it early class. Wake up, we gotta go, early class, early class. And they're really, really great about showing up without getting too much extra for it. Sometimes I bring treats, but just showing up so they get a chance to sing some different kinds of music that we don't get a chance to do during our regular class period. So we do some pop, a lot of vocal jazz, because when we do contests, we're a vocal jazz group. And they do a really great job, and they're there, and they're singing, and they're doing wonderful. But, we could use a couple more guys. So as they're getting ready back there, we're gonna do a little recruiting. But these guys are doing a great job, love it. But they probably wouldn't mind like one or two more, maybe. Okay. All right, well, they're transitioning to senior high. I thought that I would first of all look and see what I've missed so far. Our soloist on that last song was Mackenzie Cushel, another one where we had several people willing and wanting to do the solo, so it's great to have a lot of choices. We went to Florida a few weeks ago, right before Thanksgiving, and we had quite a few soloists that we featured, and that was really nice to be able to do that down there. I think we had like five or six soloists, so that was really, really great to do. The kids did a fantastic job. We start fundraising, like these guys will start fundraising in the spring now for the next trip. So we put a lot of work and time and effort into it, and it's really great when we can finally get to see all that come to fruition. We, of course, weren't very sure this year how that would go, and there was definitely some interesting things along the way that we had to do a little bit differently. But we were able to go, we were able to bring everybody, and everybody was able to perform, and it was wonderful. We had a great performance on Thursday. Band as well as choir did really well. We had a nice crowd there. We're one of the first groups that actually has been brought back to perform because they shut all of that down and it hasn't been going for almost 2 years now. So we were one of the first groups to be able to perform there, which was nice. And it was really great. We ended up flying, which we haven't done since the first year, and I wasn't around for that. And that was pretty nerve-wracking, just trying to get everything situated. But the kids did a really great job. You guys, as parents, did a phenomenal job of helping us get that coordinated and get everything done. Mrs. Westberg helped out a lot with getting that done because we found out, and then it was like, okay, well now, here we go, we're flying, we have to have all this stuff. So there was definitely some changes, but nothing too crazy that we couldn't handle in the long run. I'd like to thank all the chaperones who went on the trip. There was 22 wonderful chaperones that we had there to help us to make sure the kids were safe and having fun. Thank you to the school board for allowing us to take this trip every 4 years, and the staff members for dealing with the fact that we take quite a bit of the 9th through 12th graders and they have to figure out how to keep things going when we're gone. I appreciate that. Our tour group, Educational Tours, was fantastic, and our tour guide, Ryan Frostegg, was amazing. And we love having him, and we always joke that we won't go if he can't be our tour guide. Hopefully they never call our bluff on that, but thank you to the parents for all of your support, helping with fundraisers, buying fundraisers, paying for fundraisers, supporting kids in all that they're doing and able to be able to go on these trips, and we really appreciate that. The community, thank you for buying and supporting the fundraisers and donations and everything that allow these kids to take this trip, regardless of whatever financial issues they might be having. We want everyone to be able to go if they choose to. So thank you very much. Thank you to Sarah Cushel for being the steamer of the robes extraordinaire, and Miles and Sarah did an amazing job putting together a really nice video montage of the pictures and things, so it had a really great way to kind of keep those memories going. So thank you to you guys for that. And Mr. K, thank you for everything. He's back there helping me out. Yeah, I know that you say, like, I do a lot of the work and stuff, but this trip would not happen if it was up to me because I'm a chicken. So I would not take these guys probably anywhere. As great as they are, I'm scared. So luckily, he likes to do that and is daring enough. I just go along and help make the plans as best I can, because otherwise I'd be like, well, I suppose we can go to Chanhassen. That would be okay. So thank you very much for helping get the kids on this adventure. And definitely is a team effort, and I appreciate the fact that you are my team. All right, that having been said, I believe that we are ready. We weren't able to do Silent Night last year because we did a virtual concert. It just seemed kind of lame to do it that way. So we're so excited to be able to bring Silent Night back to you. And I guess Sarah just wants to steam some robes real quick, so I'll just let her take care of that.
I actually did consider bringing the steamer out just for a couple of, especially these guys who heckled me so much that I cared way too much that the robes were wrinkled in Florida. But really, I'm up here on behalf of the chaperone group who got to go along to Florida and really experience a wonderful trip with not only this group of kids, but Mrs. Cook and Mr. K. And so we just have a little token of appreciation for all of the effort that you put into not only that trip, but the entire year for these kids so that they can share their talents with us. So we greatly appreciate your efforts. And for any of you who get the opportunity in the future to sign on to chaperone this trip, I would highly recommend it. It's a wonderful time, and Mr. K and Mrs. Cook ensure that as a chaperone you do still get to have a little bit of fun while you're down there too. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much. And it really is, I mean, it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of work going into it for everybody. But once we're there and seeing the kids get to do all kinds of things they might not usually be able to do is really fantastic. I was never to the ocean ever until I took kids on this trip. So how many of it was your first time seeing the ocean? A few of you? I mean, I have never seen it except on this trip. So, and the only times I've ever done anything remotely kind of cool is with choir. We went to Europe in college and different things like that. So the music groups really help bring those things alive, and I'm glad that we were able to do that for the kids. Silent Night.
excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis,
Excelsis Deo, excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis, excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis, excelsis Deo. Gloria excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis, excelsis Deo. Interrogasto minibus bone voluntatis, I hear the bells are ringing loud and clear. You can't help but love this time of year. It's Christmas time, there's something in the air. There's a little bit of heaven everywhere.
somehow there's a little more of love.
Somehow there's a little more of
Maybe there's
love.
a little less of us.
Maybe there's a little less of us.
Maybe we're just slightly more aware.
There's a little bit of heaven everywhere. It's the smile on a man who has finally found hope. It's the tears of a mother whose child has come home. It's the joy that we feel and the love that we share. There's a little bit of heaven everywhere. There's a little bit of heaven everywhere. It's funny how it takes a holiday to show us how the world could truly change. If we all took the time to really care, there'd be a little more of heaven everywhere. It's the grace that we show to a world that needs hope. It's giving our lives, knowing they're not our own. It's the joy that we feel and the love that we share. There's a little bit of heaven
very much. Thank you. Speaking of thank yous, there are some in the back of the program, many. There's a lot of people to thank, especially when we're just kind of getting back up on our feet with doing concerts. And last year was a virtual choir, which I am so thankful we aren't doing anymore. It was a nice experience, but I'm not a technology person, and it was a crazy endeavor. I have a lot of people to thank. Mary Beth for playing for us all of the time and being willing to just jump in, maybe not jumping today, but jumping in to the hot seat for us at the last minute. I want to thank my seniors, and I have quite a few of you, and I can't even do the whole speech about how long I've had them because they were alive when I came here, but they were pretty small. So I've had a lot of them since kindergarten. So seniors, raise your hand. Where are you guys at? Let's give them a round of applause. They've been with me since kindergarten, some of them, and they are still here. So they're very tolerant, probably. And to all of the singers, thank you so very much. It has been an interesting couple of years, and not always a great interesting, but you guys have hung in there, and here we are, getting to be together and sing together, which is incredible, and it's why I do what I do. So luckily, COVID couldn't really stop the fact that we could do things, and we did do things. It's been a crazy fall. We're not quite done yet. We have Santa Day on Saturday. So we'll keep on plugging away, but thank you very much to all of my singers and to my junior high singers. It means a lot to me that you guys are willing to show up and work as hard as you do. Thank the custodians for helping set up tonight and tear down. They've been helping last week, this week, and we're not done yet because the elementary program is Friday afternoon. That one will also be live streamed if you'd like to watch it but can't quite get away. Thank you to the parents for trusting me to help guide your students through this singing adventure. This is something they can, and I hope they do all of their lives. And even if it's not in a choir, to the car, happy birthday, something like that, that they can always do. So thank you for allowing me to teach your children. The community, thank you for your support. Mr. K, thanks for helping with sound and being a sounding board for my crazy things. I have a peer helper, Autumn, who's been having to kind of schlep around some heavy stuff. Thank you, Autumn. Sarah for helping with the robes today and in Florida. Katie and Heidi for helping with programs and other details that there's just so many things that come into play. And I appreciate everybody that helps out, and hopefully you've enjoyed what we've had tonight. We're trying something different being on the stage to see how it works. Last spring we were on the floor, so we'll kind of see how it goes. I'll look forward to any feedback that you might have about that. All right, so we've come to what has become a tradition in our choir is the Hallelujah Chorus from Handel's Messiah, and I invite any alumni who might be in the audience who would like to join us to come up. I brought the stairs just for you guys, so come on up. In a class that I'm taking, you can come up while I'm talking, because then it's not so silently awkward. I see a few in there. Wish I had a spotlight. Okay, peer pressure. Okay, there are some people with music that you can stand next to. In a class I'm taking for my master's, I was reading about Handel, and this was not popular when he was alive. Like, the Messiah was not his most popular work. It wasn't most popular in the entire 19th century. I just thought that was really kind of interesting. But here it is. You hear it a lot at Christmas time, and we like to close our concert with it. All right, going once. Okay. Thank you all for coming. Have a great holiday season.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
One thing that I did forget to mention, speaking of alumni coming up, for homecoming this year, the honored alumni are choir members from the past, all the way back, and we're hoping to do some sort of alumni choir event. So if you were ever in choir at Sebeka, going back 50, 75 years, anything, look forward to maybe hearing something about that. January 28th for coronation. Thank you, travel safe, have a great holiday season.
The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, I will hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight,